Are you over 50 and you find that most financial advice you get now, well, it's rushed, it's risky, or it's just, well, damn disconnected from reality? You're not alone, because it is. The advice that worked when we were young, when we first entered the workforce in our teens or 20s, a lot of it is not going to apply to us now that we're in our 50s and older. We're damn near close to retirement. So the advice we got 20, 30, 40 years ago, just not going to work. Things have changed. Prices have changed. Inflation, job security is not what it used to be. The economy, the U.S., all of that has changed. Let's get into it. Think about it this way. And I'm going to be referring to my notes here. The advice years ago was, it was rushed. Do this, do it now, do it right away. You're wasting time trying to, think about it, or, just do it. We need time. We need to think about all the consequences of taking any kind of actions now, because we're this close to retiring, okay? We don't have 30, 40 years to work to build up our retirement accounts now, okay? So it's just different. We don't need rushed advice now. When I say we, I'm talking about people in our 50s, because I'm 56, y'all, okay? Now, when we were younger, in our 20s, we got some risky financial advice. And that was okay then, to a certain extent, because you see, we had time that if the advice didn't pan out or we lost some money, we had time to build it back up, our finances, right? Because we're working 30, 40 years. Me, I'm trying to retire in 2029. So I have a little over 3.5 years, okay, before I can retire. So in my retirement account, like a lot of ours, yours, it's in the stock market, right? So, and now, y'all, let's be honest, let's be real. And that's what I do. I'm real. I'm honest. I don't lie. I don't beat around the bush. I'm straightforward, to the point. The economy is going to tank. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when, okay? So I'm set to retire in 2029. So a little over 3.5 years, like I said, to retire. When the stock market tanks, I don't have time left to put money back in my retirement and for it to build up. I don't have that 20, 30, 40 years. Okay? I don't want to work till I'm in my mid 70s, 80s. I just don't want to do that. So, am I risk averse now? Do I want to engage in any kind of risky financial advice? Yes, I'm risk averse. And no, I don't want any risky advice. Just don't want to do it. Now, I'm on TikTok too, and I'm going to tell you a couple stories about some of my followers, 2 of them anyway, both females. The first, because I did a story about finances and money, some kind of video, and they responded. One lady said, well, I have a medical condition, and because of the rising prices and the economy and the rising cost of health insurance premiums, my family is forced to sell things to help me pay for my medical bills. Okay. If that's working, that may work for January of 2026. What about February, March, and on and on and on? Okay. My other follower, she lives in the South, and she had retired. And she was getting a small little pension check, but her husband was working full time. So her small pension check, his full time check, they were okay. Well, come on, y'all. 2025, prices kept going up, up, and up. Inflation up, up, and up. You could afford less, less, and less. Well, her comment was, yeah, now I've got to go out and get a part-time job because my little pension check and his full-time check is not cutting it anymore. Okay? So these are real case scenarios, real case examples of we can't be very risky with our financial advice in our 50s and our 60s. We just can't. The other one, financial advice, well, doesn't it seem to be disconnected from reality? Let me talk about it. Sometimes the financial advice that they're trying to give us, well, it's focused on traditional retirement models, right? But do they really suit modern lifestyles now? No. Things have changed again. Remember, we said that. We've changed. And there's also an overemphasis on saving rather than on growth. People like us in our 50s, we need our money to compound and compound and compound to grow, grow, grow. Faster than heck, all get out. We need it to grow, right? Because we're going to be retiring sooner rather than later. So, and let's face it, savings account, very small interest rate, isn't it? That's not going to do anything to your money. We need growth, not savings. And then sometimes the financial advice that we're getting in our 50s, well, it doesn't account for rising living costs, inflation impacting either retirement savings either. Like we said earlier, everything's changed. All the prices, well, everything costs more now. The constant flux or the watch on the stock market, that's what I'm doing, and on the economy. Well, and like I said a minute ago, it's not if the economy's going to go bust, it's going to go bust. It's just when. And don't come at me and say, oh, you shouldn't be watching it like that. The economy's doing well, blah, blah, blah. Do you really trust the numbers that are coming out? Or do you trust when you go to the grocery store or anywhere else and that $100 doesn't go as far anymore? You're getting less and less and less for that same $100 bill. Now, I'm going to trust that $100 bill versus any kind of numbers coming out of this current administration. I've been working since I was 15, and I said earlier, I'm 56. That's 41 years, y'all. I don't want to be one of those people like the example I gave you, one of my followers on TikTok. She's now going to have to re-enter the workforce after retiring. I don't want that to happen to me. I also don't want it to happen that I have to postpone retirement past 2029 because I can't afford the prices. I can't afford to live on my retirement, on my pension. I don't want that. Okay. So I put, my full thinking process, I put it into a short guide so that people like us in our 50s, we don't have to piece all this stuff together. You just follow the steps in the guide. It'll help you think through the process. Because let's face it, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but we all do. We're tired, aren't we? Tired of a lot of stuff. The brain capacity, our mental capacity right now, we don't have the time to sit and research everything. Whereas if we have a guide, I can just follow it step by step by step to get to the answer I need. The guide doesn't tell you what to do. It just gives you some steps to follow to help you get an answer. Okay? Now, if you're interested in it, I'm going to link it in the description of this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll be doing more videos like this because this is what my life is now. I'm 50 and I'm 56 rather, and I'm approaching retirement. That's what's on my mind now, is retirement. Leave comments. Let me know what you all think. All the best.